In a development that I'm sure a lot of people did not expect, members of Ben Shapiro's own audience have been, well, lashing out against Shapiro and his commentary following.
Anna Kasparian blasts Ben Shapiro over his take of the assassination of the United Health CEO. Let's see what she has to say.
A complete useless leech on the ass of society posted himself, quote, "Live your life in such a way that people will be sad when you die." That was above a screen cap of a New York Times headline that said, "Torrent of hate for health insurance industry follows CEO's killing." That piece from the New York Times is all about people who apparently were perfectly fine with the murder of Brian Thompson on the streets of New York City.
In a development that I'm sure a lot of people did not expect, members of Ben Shapiro's own audience have been, well, lashing out against Shapiro and his commentary following, the assassination of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Now, his own fans are calling him out for being completely out of touch with nearly all Americans who do absolutely hate our broken healthcare system. And so he published a video titled "The Evil Revolutionary Left Cheers Murder." Now, right off the bat, he's making a mistake by thinking that it's only people on the left who have been cheering on the murder or assassination of that executive. Fact of the matter is, a lot of people across the political spectrum had been either sharing that they feel no empathy for Brian Thompson or even going so far as to celebrating it. And if you take a look at the thumbnail for the video, he has an image of Taylor Lorenz, who also, was explaining why it is that people are celebrating this, or why people would want a United Healthcare CEO dead. Shapiro went well beyond just condemning messages of joy or mockery about the shooting. That alone is totally understandable. In fact, we have done that ourselves. I don't ever want to encourage violence or murder. I don't think that's the way to solve the issues that we're having with our healthcare system. But he went to some extreme lengths to defend Thompson and the screwed up predatory system he was a major player in. Take a look.
Unfortunately, bubbling under the surface of all this is something very serious, really serious. What is that serious thing? The revolutionary left is creeping into the mainstream. The shooting of Thompson has unleashed a wave of evil from members of the left. Thompson was not a criminal. He wasn't even an advocate of death, the way, for example, abortion or euthanasia advocates are. Brian Thompson's great sin, according to these people, is that he was the head of a company that exists within a mixed private-public healthcare framework, and that he did his job. Because that's how health insurance actually works. Some things are covered and some things are not. And you may not like the application of the coverage and it may be bad. That is not an excuse for murder.
So in case you missed it there, according to Ben Shapiro, reproductive rights activists are more responsible for killing people than a company that routinely denies claims.
Yeah, pretty much. Where's the lie in that? Where's the lie in that? I don't see why that's so ridiculous.
For healthcare coverage, in fact, United Healthcare specifically has been found to reject anywhere between 32% to 33% of claims. Keep in mind, understand what that means, guys. Okay, that is a ton of people who pay into the system, pay their monthly payment to United Healthcare, and then once they need that health insurance company to provide coverage for life-saving procedures, they're denied. That's unacceptable. And I can understand the rage people are feeling at this broken system. He also hilariously suggests that Bernie Sanders criticizing the system is a form of stochastic terrorism.
This is why socialist leech scavenger lingo used by people like Bernie Sanders, if you want to talk about stochastic terrorism, if you want to talk about rhetoric that leads to a higher possibility of violence, when you suggest that everything in American life is unfair and bad and rigged by the system, when you suggest that, and then you suggest that anybody who does business is merely an apparatchik of that system, the result is a support for revolutionary violence. You're raising that temperature. It's going to stop bubbling and it's going to start bursting out into the open.
So I'm uncertain as to what Ben Shapiro expected after he put this video out. I don't think I even expected that he'd get the backlash that he's received from his own audience members, but the backlash was swift. So I'm gonna give you a few examples. One of his viewers writes, "This isn't a left versus right issue. It's the working class versus the wealthy, and that's probably why you're trying to pretend it's something it's not." Another person writes, "As a conservative, I'm sick of rich elitists destroying the family unit, quite literally. I'm proud the left and right have united. I may not vote the same way, but damn it, I can agree we are tired of being pushed around. Another person writes, according to Ben, I went from Trump voter to revolutionary leftist in the span of a month. Another person writes, hate to break it to you, buddy, but it's not just the left who's sick of this. One other viewer says, imagine being so blatantly in the wrong that you managed to unite two opposing ends of the political spectrum during one of the most divided periods in recent memory. Another person writes, I'm not buying this left versus right crap anymore, Ben. I want healthcare for my family. There's more. Those are just a few examples. So, Cenk, this is something that we've been talking about a lot. There is this populist sentiment among voters on both sides of the political aisle.
So when I first saw this video, I was like curious. So I went to go see Ben's video of myself, like the comment section, and they weren't lying. It is overwhelmingly negative. It is overwhelmingly negative. And so I thought, I'm going to be honest, I was surprised too. I was shocked. Not because I think, the right, they love the healthcare system that we currently have. I don't think anyone really likes the current system that we have. We definitely can all agree from both sides that the system does need some sort of reform. Not socialized healthcare, mind you, but some kind of reform. I could get on board and I agree with that. What shocked me though is how many people were pro unaliving a CEO of a company because they're not happy with the healthcare system. I totally understand the left celebrating this. I expect that from the left. The left aren't above using violence and destruction when they haven't gotten their way or when they feel they have been wronged. So for the left to be celebrating this, oh yeah, totally expected. But from the right, yes, I am completely shocked. Again, not because I feel the right loves the healthcare system, but because I thought we were the party that wasn't just about just committing violence because we're unhappy about something. Because in the end of the day, that's what this was. I mean, as of this recording, I'm now hearing that the person, this Luigi Mangione character, that he's not even the guy who actually did it. I don't know. Again, I haven't looked too much into it. I've just been glancing at news headlines here and there. And so that's what I'm getting at. That's where I'm getting this from. So we don't even know the full story. I mean, can anyone tell me if this CEO guy who got unalived, can you point to me examples of truly evil things that he has done other than just be a rich CEO of a healthcare company? Because if he had done some truly heinous things other than just be a CEO of a health insurance company, then yeah, okay, then I could get on board with this. But if that's all he's guilty of, then I'm sorry, I can't get on board with that. I agree, our healthcare system needs improvement. I agree with that. As someone who's had to deal more with the healthcare system in the last year, yeah, I completely agree. There's a lot of things that could be improved upon. But what I can't get on board with is the unaliving of a CEO because of it. And can someone please explain to me, even if you are on board with this, explain to me like I'm 5. How is unaliving this guy gonna change our healthcare system? How is it going to fix anything? Leave me in the comments down below. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy content like this. Let's continue.
Guys, first of all, told you the populist right wing is real. It's not imaginary. They're not all evil, racist, sexist, etc. Whatever you're hearing on other shows, okay? So look at them rebelling against the Daily Wire. It's amazing. It's never happened before in my lifetime. So Anna and I have been telling you that this is bubbling not after the election. We started telling you before the election. I started going on all those shows before the election, right? And I did the populist plank on tyt.com before the election. So it's real, and it is, to me, it's super exciting. It's not about Trump. It's about, hey, can we find unity and real agreement with right-wing and left-wing populists? And the answer appears to be yes. So now, Daily Wire to me is the epicenter of old right-wing media. So I've broken down before how Ben frames almost every issue from the perspective of an incredibly wealthy person or a giant corporation. You'll say things like, a person wants to start a business and they've got $20 million and you can't let them blah, blah, blah. I'm like, who has $20 million that they're starting a business with? Why are we even having this conversation? Because he thinks from a rich person's perspective, and his own audience is getting tired of it, okay? And I can give you 100 examples of that. But interestingly, this is really important. What is the second thing Daily Wire is known for? Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles, etc. Culture wars. What do culture wars do? They divide us. So, hey, dude, remember, it's really the trans people that are the problem. And immigrants is a complicated question, but immigrants are the problem. Look down at the people who have less power than you, right? And our answer is, no, brothers and sisters, look up at the people who have more power than you. Those are the people who are actually fixing the rules and fixing the situation so we live under corporate rule and are their indentured servants for the rest of our lives. And that is what the revolution is about. It should never be violent. It should never be physical because that'll delegitimize the movement. But he's worried about a populist revolution, and that's the one thing he's right about, because we're coming.
I want to go to the last graphic here because I think this is important. I just realized your entire business model requires that us normal folk hate each other.
Exactly.
Let's not feed into that. 21,000 likes on that comment. So people are waking up, and I think that while it is totally okay to condemn violence and murder, which we do, and we agree with Ben on that, we do not agree that the healthcare system is all hunky-dory and we all need to sit down and shut up.
So I didn't completely watch Ben Shapiro's video. So listen, watching the Young Turks, like you go from Anna, who's more sensible and more reasonable. She still has off takes here and there, but overall between her and Cenk, she's the more like reasonable one. Like she's the more like, okay, like down to earth, like she understands things better. And then you have this dunderhead, Cenk Uygur over here, who always tries to act like he knows everything, but he doesn't. So first of all, there's so much so let's unpack this. So he goes into how Ben Shapiro, like the populist right is real and he's seeing it now. No, it's been real. You think this is the first time people on the right have disagreed with Ben Shapiro? This has been going back for at least maybe a year or two, if not longer. I know I kind of stopped listening to Ben Shapiro when he would always speak out against Trump. Like he was one of these anti-Trumpers and stuff. And I believe he even promoted, I don't want to say promoted, but he, I guess for lack of a better word that I can't think of right now, he promoted the jab. Like he was okay with the jab. He said, yeah, go get the jab. And then later on, he ended up flip-flopping. And then, like earlier this year, he had his ridiculous stance about Social Security that got a lot of people angry, where he was pretty much saying like, oh yeah, you should just all work till you die, pretty much. And everyone turned on him about that. And then last year too, you had Steven Crowder coming out trying to expose the Daily Wire, which he's starting to get proven right more and more about as the days go on. So no, this isn't the first time right-wingers have disagreed with Ben Shapiro. Like a lot of people have been getting turned off by Ben Shapiro more and more. So no, this populist right isn't a new thing. It's not something that has just been discovered here. Second of all, while they are correct in that Daily Wire has started to become more and more of like not a mainstream, but more of an establishment right-wing type of company, which I think is turning a lot of people off to them. That is true. But you have Cenk over here. He's the opposite side of the same coin. So they're trying to say that like Ben Shapiro's trying to turn the left and the right against each other, but no, look up, brother. It's the top up. The thing is, Cenk and Anna, the Young Turks, they've assisted the people up on top. They're the ones who promoted Democrat policies. Who are the ones in charge as of right now anyway? The Democrats. And then they carry the water for the Democrats. They're the ones that have been helping carry the water for the people up top. And they still look at like trans people as someone who's less powerful than them. Like that is not true. When you cover up certain things like a trans child SAing a girl or something in a bathroom, when you're helping to cover that up, or when you're helping to shut down arguments against drag queen story hours and stuff, then no, they are not powerless. They actually have privileges then. So they are not powerless. They're actually powerful. When you're allowing a trans woman to box like an actual woman in the Olympics and you're justifying that, well, then who are you justifying it for? Like that, the powerful. So don't buy into Cenk's whole BS. They're trying to do this thing where they're like, oh yeah, we're actual populists. We fight for the people, but they haven't been arguing for the people in a long time. Only Anna has recently come out arguing for the people because she has recently actually seen the negative effects that their policies have brought in. So because she's gotten attacked herself by these policies, well, now she's starting to come around and say, oh yeah, well, maybe we're kind of in the wrong here. Or, yeah, maybe I should see this from a different perspective here. But no, this is the type of stuff that always just don't buy into it, guys. They're all full of BS. What do you guys think about that? Sound off in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy content like this. And if you do enjoy content like this, I got a whole bunch more goodies for you to see on the screen for you to check out and enjoy.